Well, welcome back. We are here for yet another week. Thank you guys for stopping through. We've got a good bit to talk about today. Good bit. Man, it is such a crazy week this week. So, we're just gonna give you guys just a few more seconds to come on in. Let me grab some water. And we're gonna have us a nice little chat and stuff today. Yes. So, first I want to check my levels. I want to make sure that everything is good. So if you guys can just let me know in the chat, for those who are here, let me know in the chat that you can hear me, that you can hear me clear. There's no echo, there's no additional noise or anything like that. Am I too high, too low? Let me know in the chat if you could. It sucks because I can't hear myself. I always want to check that before I do a whole entire show. One thing I'll say is that this camera right here is very crispy. I'm using a Sony A6400, and this thing got me looking quite crispy. This thing is sharp. I like this camera. Got it with a Tamron lens on it. It's sharp. I like it. All right, let's see here. DJ Tyler, what's up, man? Appreciate you stopping through. Appreciate you coming and checking me out. Sounds fine. All right. That's what I wanted to make sure. Thank you so much. A little beat noise. Wait a minute. Let me take it down a little bit. How about that? I mean, is that a little bit better? Let me just make sure I'm good. Carlos, let me know if you're still hearing that, if it's still clear. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, what a week it was. What a week it has been. I'm going to first start back all the way to Saturday, this past Saturday. So, this past Saturday, I had a wedding, of course. And oh, wait a minute. I do have my fan on. That's about it. I had a wedding this past Saturday, and it was compiled of all older music. They wanted 70s, 80s music. So I put together a great playlist, and I posted a couple of stories and stuff on my timeline on Instagram, and it actually turned out being way better than it was. However, the stress of the day almost got to me. It almost got to me. I had to do a ceremony before I made it over to my reception. And the folks for the reception, I was trying to go set them up first. And they didn't open up the doors in what I thought was a manageable time. And I had like a very small window. So I was supposed to start setting up in there at about 2:30. They didn't open up the doors until about 3, right on the dot. And when you are, having a schedule and stuff all day and every minute counts, 3 o'clock is pushing it. So I got in, loaded up, set up the entire setup for the reception, and then I had to zoom over to the ceremony, which was about 15 minutes away. Now these are two different brides that I'm handling here. So the ceremony is for one bride. She had a band, and the reception was for a completely different bride. So I went there, set up the ceremony, had plenty of time, did all my checks and everything. So we get to the ceremony, everything starts, everything sounds good, official sounds very crispy through the speakers. He's using my Audio Technica lapel, He has a great speaking voice. I'm using the LD Maui 5 Go system. And then it's time for the reader to read. Now there's two readers on here. So I had the Phoenix dual microphone set up over by where the readers were. And the readers got up to speak and it was silence. Nothing came out of the microphones at all. I don't believe they were broken. I think that the microphone has like a standby feature. It has to be, because when I tested it right before I started, everything was fine. You could hear it crystal clear. So of course I thought it was just going to go over well. So that was a whole story in itself. So of course he looked back at me, then she looked back at me. The audience started looking back at me. Cringe moment. Totally sucks whenever you have such an extravagant wedding that I was a part of. However, they still carried on. They breezed through it. They pushed through it. And we got done with the ceremony. Now, I needed to leave the ceremony by 5 o'clock to make it to... I needed to leave the ceremony by 6 o'clock to make it to the other one, the reception that started at 6:30. So I'm only 15 minutes away, but I still got to tear down my stuff. So I tear down the ceremony and I haul butt over to that reception, and the parking is abysmal. It is absolutely horrific. There's no parking space. I had to circle the building multiple times. It was absolutely nuts. Needless to say, we got in, everything was, good and stuff from that point on, and we got into the night, and then the night turned out to be just a fantastic night. I mean, these guys danced all night long. I think they almost booed me when I got off of, just some good music. They wanted me to not play slow songs. They wanted me to just kind of kill it with upbeat songs the entire time. So that went over well. Wedding went over well. Congratulations though too. If you're watching, thank you so much for having me. Now, on to the next function. This week I have a prom tomorrow, which will be Friday, and then I have a wedding on Saturday. Now the prom is going to be probably about 30 minutes away. And then the wedding the next day is almost the same distance, just in another area, but same town. It's in Lexington. These guys couldn't be two of the most different types of events. So my van right now, I have the van already downstairs, already packed up. I've, charged everything. I mean, if you've seen my social media, you've seen it. I've been charging stuff all day. I've been working on music all week. You couldn't have picked two different gigs to have in the same weekend. So this prom is going to be me entertaining high schoolers for probably about 3.5 hours, and putting up a production at the same time. Now I've got a special production to show you guys. Just make sure that you follow me on social media, because I'm going to put on a really good production. I've put some pieces together that I think are going to make that thing really, really pop tomorrow. And then I have a completely different setup for the wedding, which is going to have its own production. So I think that we're just going to try to move some pieces around and just kind of keep it different. Nothing's the same. And we're going to try to make some magic happen. So needless to say, it's been a crazy week. I just got finished everything probably about 2 hours ago. I just got all my clothes and stuff ready for the weekend. I'm kind of anal like that. I like to go and have everything done well ahead of that, prior to that, so that I don't have to worry about anything. So we're all set. We're all ready to go, and I'm ready to go. So that's my week. That's how April's going to start for me. It's going to be absolutely nuts, but it is expected. You guys let me know if your April and stuff is as crazy kicking off as mine. How many weddings do you guys have this particular month? Let me know. because I'm just curious, man. I know I'm not the only one that's about to go crazy and stuff this month. I mean, I'm just starting the season myself, and I almost feel like, man, I almost feel like how I usually feel at the end. All right, so next topic. That's the gigs. I'll try to film everything, of course. I've got gig logs backed up. I've been trying to work on some editing. It's not happening, guys. I mean, my time is so limited. Next topic. I know you guys saw it. Everybody saw it. Everybody's memed it. Everybody's seen it. We're just going to call it the slap. I'm just going to give my quick 2 cents about this, and I'm not going to sit on this at all. What's up, DJ Solstice in the house? You got 5 weddings this weekend. Jesus. Bro, I mean, I know you've got a team. You have to have a team. So we're just going to call it the slap. I'm only going to spend a couple of minutes on this, and I'm just going to give you my 2 cents. And remember, everything that I say on here is just my opinion. It is not the gospel. So please, I know if you have your own opinion and stuff about it, that's your opinion. Cool. I'm just going to say what took place on Sunday night was absolutely horrific. I didn't like anything of what I saw. I didn't like the fact that 2 men of such prestige, such hierarchy, are on a big platform like that, and just really not working things out like 2 grown adults. I mean, these guys are 50 plus years old, and that should never happen on national TV. Regardless of what the situation and stuff may have been, there's always a conversation that should have been had in order to resolve that issue. So that's where I'm gonna stand with it. Kudos to Chris Rock for really just taking it on the chin and really just being the bigger man. But I definitely did not like what I saw. And if you're going to ask me whether or not something like that would happen to me, we would have a whole different discussion, because that better not ever happen to me. That's all I can say. That composure has to be kept in such a big manner. Jesus. Okay. So on from that, I don't want this whole thing to be about that. DJ Solstice, let's see. I'm doing 3 of those yourself. So you have a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. Yeah, man. Other 2 for my trusted guy. All right. Speaking of which, I'm glad you said something about Solstice. So I'll have Helper Mike out with me this weekend to run some of the stuff that I can't quite keep my hands on or get to. He's going to help me out and stuff this weekend, and then next weekend I've got another DJ coming in, and he's just going to kind of shadow me, and we're going to see if we can work together. I think he lives about an hour, maybe 20 minutes away from me. So hopefully we can do some stuff together, and he's going to help out and stuff with setup and things like that. I also have another guy who hit me up on social media, said he wants to stop through and stuff too. So once I go to his area, he'll be coming out to shadow as well, and see what it is I do, see if he wants to be a part of what it is that I do. So a lot of great stuff coming up with those guys. Great. Thank you guys for hitting me up for that. All right. So I'm going to really try to get in and see what you guys and stuff think about everything here. So let me know exactly what point of the season you're in. Are you just in the swing of things? Are you going? I know Solstice is super busy. Who else is super busy in the chat? Let me know what area you're in, so we can see if there's certain regions that are busier than others. I am in Columbia, so we are in the South and stuff here. And business could not be crazier This is probably the craziest time of the entire year, other than October for us. So let me know exactly what you guys have going on. Ooh. Now, another thing I want to talk about while we wait. Another thing I want to say, that gig prep. I don't know how you guys do your gig prep, but I do a very thorough checklist of gig prep, because one thing that I've noticed is that when I go out to these functions, some of these things are missing one or two pieces that can totally wreck what my vision was for a setup, or for something that's an intricate part. So I actually have to go through multiple days and make sure that I have grabbed everything, because one cord can change, your night. One power cord, one XLR cord, one USB cord, that can really, really change your night. So I always do a thorough check of my wires. I always wrap my wires to where they can have a Velcro strap around them, so that I can make sure that I don't ruin them and that they last me at least 5 to 6 years. I'm trying not to buy wires and stuff every year. I just think that's pretty much pointless and stuff. But I always make sure that I just do a very thorough check of everything. And I'm pretty sure I have everything. The things that I usually forget is stuff that has to do with camera. And speaking of camera, I looked at some of the footage and stuff from 2 weeks ago, and I'm highly upset with my my camera that was back behind me shooting over me, because at a couple of points it was, I don't know, it kind of turned off by itself. I don't know if the camera's going bad. I've had it for like 5 years, but it just kind of turned off. The batteries were charged. I have 3 batteries that I rotate in that camera throughout the night. It's a pain in the butt. And then the GoPro that was on the other side that usually captures what this camera doesn't pick up, it just stopped. I mean, I had a full battery on it. It was, it was running. It was going. I don't know what's going on with my GoPro, but my GoPro acted up on me and it kind of screwed me. I didn't get a whole lot of footage, so I'm missing a lot of great music and great dance sets that I really wanted to show you guys, of course, on some of these gig logs. But I'm going to have to try to do, a little bit more research to make sure that everything is still working with these cameras. All right, let me check back in with the chat and stuff here. Let's see. UK, but I sell my DJ equipment as taking time off, but should be buying again soon. All right. Out of the box side hustle. Interesting name. I kind of like that name. Do you have backup DJs? Have you ever been too sick or family death that you couldn't make a wedding? Okay, let's knock on wood here. My health has been pretty good and stuff over the years. I've been DJing for over a decade, and I have not been too sick to DJ an event. I have had hurt body parts. I've had a hurt knee and DJ'd. I've had a hurt shoulder and still DJ, but I've never been too sick to DJ. Now, I will say that I almost got caught up with COVID. Was it last year? Yes, last year. It was last year. Last year in August, right after my birthday, I caught COVID, and it just happened to be a string of time that I had no gigs. That would have been probably the first one in over a decade, right there with COVID. But it actually came at a time where I had 2 weeks off to be able to recoup from COVID, and I was able to still DJ the function and stuff. So no, I have not been too sick or had a death in the family that has kept me from a function. And do I have backup DJs? So with the backup DJs question, I am going to show you guys who I'm trying to work with, and you'll see him very soon. I don't want to give too much away, but I'm going to work with a couple of guys, and hopefully we can do some stuff together, and we can kind of join forces, because believe it or not, I'm having a little issue and stuff with brides needing me on dates, people recommending, and I can't do the event, and I would love to be able to keep that within the company. That would be great. All right, what else we got? If you DJ for yourself, what do you do at a gig and you need to use the bathroom? Hey, these are some interesting questions, but okay. So for the bathroom, usually I only have to go to the bathroom while it's dinner time. So I just kind of put it on autopilot. While I'm DJing a set, I'm kind of moving and stuff with the music back and forth. I'm not really thinking about using the bathroom. So I don't really go to the bathroom, to be honest with you. These are such some interesting questions, DJ Tyler. But I like it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep your questions coming through. I don't mind answering questions. And again, remember that this is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but it's just my opinion. Okay, so let's see. Something else I had. Oh, so I also am going to be purchasing a couple of more suits for this season. I want to get a light gray suit and a navy blue suit because I just want to have 4 suits in rotations and stuff this year. Liking the suit game, liking to change things up. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for the summer and stuff yet because down here, I don't know where you guys are, but here the heat can get absolutely blistering here, and there's no way I can be outside with a suit on. There's absolutely no way. So I'm going to make sure that I keep up with my suit game, and hadn't figured out what other method I want to use. I don't know if it's going to be a polo, if it's just going to be a button up. I don't know. It's just seriously how to have a good bit of outside weddings. That's why I'm telling you this. DJ Solstice. Okay, base level compare the 181 to the 44 G2. The 181. The 181s, and when I have 2 of them going at the same time, those things have rattled ceilings, but it's more like punchy bass. I can't really make the noise like it, but it's like punchy like bass. It's weird. Well, let me take that back. I'm not gonna say like. I love the bass that comes from the 44 G2s. I'm not gonna lie. I like the 44 G2s. I'm using those for both gigs this weekend, even though one room the ceiling may be too low in it because those things are super tall, but hopefully it's not. Otherwise, tall. Maybe I should. See, you guys got me thinking now. But anyway, the subwoofer on the 44 G2s are surprisingly deep. They are really low bass, and I can rock with them, man. Those things sound so good. It's crazy. I had a guy call me recently and ask me about them, and I told him those are definitely where you want to go. I mean, if you're not gonna get a JBL subwoofer, I would definitely go ahead and get you a pair of 44 G2s or just a subwoofer. I mean, those things are a beast. Will you be upgrading your equipment soon? I mean, I think this year you'll see a full upgrade. I mean, you'll see upgrades in everything but moving heads. I mean, you saw those last year. You'll see an upgrade in laptops, hard drives, sparklers, projectors, microphones. I mean, I've been upgrading and stuff over this last little bit of time here that I've been off. So you'll see some new stuff coming up here. Like I said, you'll see a new setup and stuff tomorrow if you follow me on social media. Everything's on the DJJ book. Where do you download beats from? I'm not sure I understand that question. I mean, I download music from about 3 record pools, or actually 4 now. I have the heavy. I just joined the Heavy Hitters record pool, so I have them, BPM Supreme, DMS. What's my other one? Oh, Crate Connect. I also have them as well. So that's where I get my music from and stuff right now. They all give me great versions of those of music, so I don't have any problems with stuff with those. I am curious though. Let me throw a question of sound, and I'm going to answer out of the box question. For music, where do you guys go to get your music for a song that a record pool probably doesn't have? Do you go to YouTube and just convert it? Do you go to a MP3 site that has nothing but music, anything that they could possibly ask for? Where do you guys go to get music that is not necessarily in a record pool? All right, out of the box side hustle. When you used to work for the multi-op, do you know how much more money they charge customers than what they paid you? I am trying to decide to only get my own gigs and not work for multiple anymore. I guess you mean multi. Yeah, for the multi-op that I work with, when I initially started, they got 20% of the gig. So whatever it was 20%. And that probably would be more if you didn't have your own equipment. So keep that in mind. If they don't currently have their own equipment, you're going to need to supply that. So of course you can charge a little bit more. Then they converted over to 30%. So after some years, probably like 10 years or somewhere around that, they converted over to 30%. So that's where that was. That's where I left it at. Let's see. Right now, I am 50-50 my own gigs and with the multi-op. Out of the box, do you have your own equipment? If you have your own equipment, that's a bit high. Or at least for this area, I'm not sure. Some companies flat out tell you 50%, so I'm not sure. All right, Cootie83, MP3 site. Is that just a site? I mean, are we just talking about just a regular, ordinary site? iTunes or RIP Spotify? So, Carlos, when you go to iTunes, so iTunes has every song. Like, you've never come across a song that you couldn't get from iTunes. I mean, is iTunes just like the end all? You can get it no matter what. Joyful Sound Entertainment. First of all, appreciate you being here. Let's see what we got here. Amazon, if not able to get the track from a record pool. Amazon. So Joyful Sound, I asked you the same question. Has there ever been a song that a customer gave you for their first dance or for their ceremony that you just couldn't find in a record pool, and Amazon just has it? Like, have you ever been in a situation where you can't get it, or you couldn't find it? Solstice has literally everything, and it's all 320s. What has everything, Solstice? Are you talking about Amazon? Or are you talking about iTunes? I'm thinking you're speaking about iTunes. If you're talking about iTunes, that's really good to know. Cootie, MP3 Paul. I've never heard of that, never seen that. Does that have viruses? Do you have to make sure that it doesn't have viruses? I've never heard of that at all. Never. I'm scared to even ask how you download that. I mean, do you just click on a song and it downloads? That makes me nervous. That sounds like virus. DJ Tyler, is it okay to download YouTube? Here's what I say to that. Here's what I say to download it from YouTube. I would never do a major song from YouTube. I would, like, if the couple gave me their first dance song and it's a song that a record pool doesn't have, I would not use YouTube because the sound quality could be terrible. It may, you may download it and it may have, ad-libbing and stuff in it. It may have conversation. I mean, what if the couple's doing their first dance and then the song that you ripped from YouTube, it literally has like a conversation in it, where normally it wouldn't have that if you got the original song. I know it's not always in the music video. Sometimes I've come across that. So I don't think I would ever do it that way. I think I would only, do it from a place like iTunes or, something like that. That's just me. It just makes me nervous. I wouldn't want somebody bride to be walking down the aisle and all of a sudden, you hear talking within the song that you've downloaded. It's just weird. I don't know. Carlos, Latin song or Haitian song from iTunes. Okay. Are you saying that you don't find that music there, or you just find that's where you find it from? Cootie 83, yes, make sure virus protection. Okay. Yeah, see, I think that's yeah, that makes me nervous. I may not use that. Joyful Sound, Amazon always has what you're looking for. I haven't had any bad luck with Amazon. That's good to know. Yeah, I'm gonna put that up so everybody can see that. So of course I'm trying to help out everybody else's stuff as well, because I know I'm not the only one that's come across that. I mean, these brides come up with some pretty interesting songs, stuff we've never ever heard of, but they've heard it, and that's all that matters. So they just want you to get the version of it, and the first thing they want to do is send you a YouTube clip. And if they send you a YouTube clip, you know that that's the version they want. So what do you guys do when they say they want the cover version? That's the version they want. Do you just go ahead and get it off of YouTube? I'm not gonna lie to you. If they want a specific version and I can't find it on iTunes or Amazon, I will rip it from YouTube. And I will definitely cringe the entire time that it's playing at the event. I will be thanking my lucky stars that we made it through without any hiccups. That one up there has perfect versions. Is it good quality too? Last question. Doesn't have to be your last question, but I understand. How much more do you charge if you have to drive more than an hour to a venue? Thank you for your time and answering these questions. You're the bomb. Appreciate you. Okay. So this is just me. This is not Bible and stuff here. You'll hear me say that a lot because people like to hold you to stuff. So within a 30-mile radius, I won't charge anything for travel. Within a 30-mile. Anything outside of 30 mile is 75 cents a mile. And you can get calculations to and from there. I've had some people ask me. I had one lady one time ask me for West Virginia, and it wasn't West Virginia, it was Virginia. And it was going to cost a pretty penny for travel, but I mean, she was willing to pay it, but it was I charged her 75 cents a mile, and she understood and she did it. And we had to do room and board as well. So make sure you include that and stuff in your charge. Make sure if you have to separate it just so the two are, you can do so. I have a spot on Honeybook that I separated if it's a travel charge and stuff as well, just so they know that that's not a part of that package. Good question. Now, I'm sorry, out of the box. Let me also say that as far as services go, I don't charge more. If that makes sense. I still keep my prices, but now you just have a travel charge, if that makes sense. All right. Let's see. DJ Tyler, I have downloaded music off of YouTube for my phone, but not at a gig. Man, you messing with man, you playing with fire. You're playing with fire. I used to try to, play songs, hook one of these little cords up right here. I used to try to hook one of these little cords up and play stuff off my phone. And, ads come up and ads interrupt with ad gate and stuff now on YouTube. There's no way I'm playing a song off of YouTube these days. No way. I found songs there and it's more expensive than a DJ pool, but no choice. Yeah, you may want to consider these Amazons and stuff like that. I mean, I think it's only like $1 or $2, maybe $3 at the most to get a song. It's worth it. It's worth it for you to have a good quality version of the song. It's worth it. And then, on the back end, if you have to throw $3 into your charge because you had to get a song, I wouldn't imagine you doing that. But I mean, if you had to do it, so be it. Never hear ads if you type HD audio. DJ Tyler, you are playing with fire, bro. I promise you are playing with fire. You're playing with fire. I wouldn't recommend that. That's just me, though. I wouldn't recommend that. All right, so let me jump over into, you guys can keep asking questions in the chat. I'll make sure I get to them if I can. But let me jump over into prom mode here now. So prom season looks like it's starting a little bit earlier than normal. We've got 3 proms this year. And, the first one kicks off and stuff, like I said, tomorrow. The music and stuff, it's so weird. I got some advice on Instagram where an anonymous DJ told me that I should not download any of the TikTok songs, even though they're popular. I shouldn't download any of the TikTok songs to play. I shouldn't download anything off the Billboard 100. And I thought to myself, like, why would he tell me that? And I think it's because if you look at the Billboard 100 right now and look at the top down, to at least 20, I'd say about the first 20, there's really no dancing songs on there. There are really no dancing. There's a lot of sing-along, but there is no dancing songs within the top 20 of the songs that I played. So when you've got kids in high school that you have to entertain and you have to keep their attention, what method do you guys use from prom experience that has worked, especially when this is your second go round or third or fourth go round with a particular school? Here's what I've done and stuff in the past. And this is what I'm going to probably edge towards tomorrow. I kind of take the list that I did last year and I just kind of restructure it. I have what I call some walk-in music, like maybe some background music for the kids that are just getting there. I give them about 30 minutes of that. So you get about 30 minutes of background music. I'm also doing mixing while I'm doing that. Mixing is key when you're doing that because I'm still not letting whole songs play. Even if that's walk-in time. And then from there, sorry, allergies and stuff acting up. Oh gosh. Well, is it allergies? I don't know. It might be cold. Then from there, I go on to do, my set, and I start with the most popular music and stuff first. I just get it right out of the way because the way that I feel like the night is going to go is that you're gonna get the kids. Whatever you start with out the gate is going to get their attention the most. Everything after that is just them bleeding off into different areas, doing different things, talking to different people, things like that. If you could capture them right out of the gate and keep them hyped for at least an hour, hour and a half, which is, that's not hard and stuff as a DJ, then on the back end you don't have to play as many bangers, because you've entertained them for, now if you take that beginning time from when it starts and the hour and a half, you've now entertained them for 2 hours. So now you could kind of play some older stuff. You can get into like earlier 2000s, or you could probably already in that set depending on your set. But that's how I look at it. I see Nathaniel, I see you on here saying line dances always work. Line dances do work. Line dances do kick off a prom. Here's the thing that I have about line dances to kick off a prom. These kids have heard these line dances a million times. We've heard it a million times. I would like to use the line dances to pick up the crowd, maybe where they kind of fall off at. So if I'm playing a pretty good set and kids are trying to, the kids are maybe not as interested, use it to bring them back and then hit them with another banger after that. But if I come right out of the gate with it, then some kids are like, oh, well, I didn't get to hear it. Oh, I didn't get to do this. I didn't get to do that. And, you don't want to say, well, you crap out of luck. You don't want to do that. So I just rather hold on to them and save them to, as needed. I actually hate line dances, by the way. At weddings, I try not to. This weekend, the bride did say that her mother loves every line dance possible. I hate line dances. I'm so tired of them. But I'll be playing them all weekend. DJ Tyler, or mix half a sound to the next. Yeah. But yeah, so that's how I think I'm going to handle this prom. But how do you guys handle a prom that you're doing for the second or third time? I mean, are you giving them a whole new playlist? Are you bringing in the playlist that you did last time and building off of it? Or are you just running that playlist again? It worked last year. Let's run it again. How do you guys do your proms? And how many of you have proms this year? I always sound nasally when I come on this thing. I hate that. It's like I truly don't sound congested and stuff when I do the videos and stuff, but I'm so nasally on here. Also, let me just do a couple of housekeeping things here while you guys may be typing or about to ask a question. A couple of housekeeping things. Make sure you guys follow me on social media. Everything is on the DJ J Book, all platforms. And down below in this description of this video, you should see the link for my Twisted Transitionz page, which again, at the end of April, I will be moving over to there. I will take this show over here and then cut clips out of the show and put on this channel. So if you like the live streams, if you're here for the live streams, if you come here each and every time, which again, I thank you so much for doing so, make sure you follow my Twisted Transitionz page, and the link is down in the description below to make sure you do so. I also have a Twisted Transitionz Instagram page. All of that is on there. You can just go to my link tree on my Instagram and it'll have all that stuff on there. Let's see. I agree. Not out of the gate, just to get them on the floor. Yeah, I got you, Nathaniel. And I had a feeling that's what you meant. But I'd like for music to bring them out on the floor. And I know, I mean, I know line dances, music and stuff too. But I like for, I don't know. It's just something about if I could get them out there without having to do a line dance. It's a little more fulfilling. I don't know why. It just is. Top 40, then the sounds they want. Yeah, well, you never know what a kid wants. I mean, these kids come up to me and hit me with songs I've never heard of before. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm probably gonna have to, on some of these things, probably have to bring my son to make sure that I know some of this. I have no idea some of this music. But I go through these record pools. I look for whatever is the hottest and the most downloaded songs and stuff like that, and I just grab it. So hopefully if they ask me for it, I have it. KWY, what's that? Kista? I don't know how to say that name, but what could happen if I don't pay for the music I get? I'm not sure. I follow your question. I mean, if you got music and you don't pay for it, I mean, it's in like LimeWire and stuff, and stuff from the past, or FrostWire and all that stuff. I mean, we're not ripping music illegally. I don't know if you're talking about YouTube or what you may be talking about, but I mean, for those, you shouldn't get in much trouble. You shouldn't get in any trouble for ripping those. All right, good question there. All right, let me see what else we got here. Still got some time, guys. We got about 15 minutes. Please feel free to leave a question and stuff in here. I would love to answer these questions and stuff for you guys. And, thank you to the people who are watching, currently. If you're watching this for the after I've already done it, thank you so much for watching. And, we still got a little bit of time here to answer some more questions, but we're trying to do this once a week. I didn't know whether or not I was going to be able to do it this week because I have a gig tomorrow, but I got it in and stuff. So I'm gonna try to get these in at least once a week, and then of course I'm gonna throw in some more, what you guys love, the gig logs and stuff like that. Also, I didn't know if you guys saw, but on my stories and stuff, I have added a Shure mixer that is right beside my Shure QLXD 4, and I have had no microphone issues. I mean, that microphone has been absolutely fantastic. I have not, and I'm going to knock on wood again, because as soon as I say that, I'm going to have a problem. But that mixer and that microphone have been absolutely golden so far. I mean, no dropout. So fantastic with that. DJ Bar, what's happening, man? What's up? Appreciate you coming through, bro. Appreciate that. So what else do we have and stuff here? So, next week is the first time that I'll be using my Cold Sparks for this year. So definitely tune into the stories and stuff there. I have my Cold Sparks and stuff ready to go. I've got the case and everything built out. I'm just trying to find some stickers and stuff for my case and stuff now. So if you guys know where I can get some stickers and stuff made, please let me know, because I have no idea. Nathaniel, have you ever tried incorporating games or dance contests for Nathaniel? Let's talk, bro. Hold on. Let's talk. Nathaniel, one thing that I myself don't do. Solstice, I'm going to get to that. Thank you for reminding me. One thing I don't do is I do not do games. I am not a games DJ. I am not that person. I can get out in front of a crowd. I do not have stage fright. I mean, we're all DJs. They're all looking at us anyway. One thing I won't do is get in front of kids and do some type of dance contest. I just won't. You've got teachers, chaperones, and stuff. I will play the game from behind the board, but I will not. I repeat, I will not get out on the dance floor and do a game with kids. That's just, it's not beneath me. I'm just I'm past that point. I don't want to do those at all. Solstice. All right, let's talk about the QR code. So if you guys have seen, I told you guys a while back, I had a great idea. And that idea was to take my ADJ event table 2 and change the logo in the middle, because before it was like the ADJ sign and it was all kind of beat up and stuff, and it just didn't look great. So what I've decided to do was I decided to get a QR code put on one of those plexiglass boards, and I put it at the center of the event table. And guys, it has worked fantastic. Now, what the QR code does, it sends pretty much everybody to my link tree. And my link tree has where you can book, where you can follow, go to different areas. I mean, it has worked beautifully. I mean, I've actually booked 2 gigs off of it so far. I've had multiple people just use it, but the fact that they're using it means that they are intrigued by it. I think it's going to be a great idea. I think it's going to, it has been a fantastic addition. Now, I won't be using it this weekend at all. I want to kind of switch up. I don't want to use it every single time, but I will definitely be incorporating that QR code and making sure that, you know, it's at as many gigs as possible, because it was working. It was doing great. I actually saw a couple right across the room look at it, say, oh, there's a QR code. The guy, her boyfriend or whoever she was with, grabbed his phone, scanned it. He followed me right then and there. I didn't have to do anything. It's almost like your own business card right there. You don't even have to hand out a card. They can follow you and go right to it. It's beautiful, beautiful. Love it. So since I may be hitting you up for a sign, I might need like might have to do like a sign back here. I heard you do those signs and stuff. I don't know. I kind of got these sound panels and stuff back here because I just didn't want it to be just a white wall. So yeah, I may be hitting you up for a sign. I don't know. We'll talk later. All right. Out of the box. Let's see what you got here. Are you currently paying for any advertising? The Knot, Wedding Wire, Google. What site do you use to ask your clients to leave reviews? Okay. Out of the box. So I don't pay for any of those that you just named. I don't pay The Knot. I don't pay Wedding Wire. I've always thought that those are for people who have like a multi-op, because they'll get an influx of gigs and stuff initially. So those are, I'm sorry, not gigs, leads, excuse me. I use the contacts and stuff that I had and stuff prior to that. Word of mouth has been very impactful. I mean, people are literally passing me to their friends. I mean, I don't know how that boat starts, but if you can get that and get on that wave, that has been absolutely fantastic for me. And not just from events, venues have also been putting me out there and stuff as well. Coordinators, when they talk to their bride, they ask them, do you want a band or a DJ? And when they say DJ, they hit me up. So it's been an absolute blessing how it's come about. But that's how literally I've been getting a lot of these gigs. I'm going to say probably about 80% of my gigs come from word of mouth. The other 20% have come from Google. People literally type in DJ in my area and I will get an inquiry, because I think that I am, let's see, last time I checked, I believe I am number three that comes up on Google. So when they leave reviews, of course I have them go to Google to leave reviews and stuff for me, because I think that's how you kind of level up on the page. I don't pay to get leveled up. I mean, they've put me on the first page whenever somebody types in some keywords. It's more about the keywords really than paying to get up top, because I mean, you could pay to get up top, but if nobody types in anything DJ related, you're not going to come up. So DJs in my area it looks like that has been the the key wording that people have used and found me and done an inquiry? That's a good question. So family legacy, no dancing, no games, no. Well, if they don't dance, then I feel like there has to be something that they'll dance to. There has to be. If you hit them with, think about this. Let's think about this real quick. If you hit them with line dancing, you hit them with EDM, you hit them with hip hop, you hit them with pop, you hit them with all of this, and nobody's dancing, what did they come to the prom for? What did they come to the prom? If they won't dance to any of that, what did they come to the prom for? It's pointless. Like, I feel like they will dance to something. And once you find out what it is they will dance to, you just slaughter them in that category. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel. All right, DJ Tyler, don't you use apps? Ask the DJ. I don't know what that is, DJ Tyler. I don't know if you're asking me, do I use an app to do something specific? I do use Vibo for, like, you know, a whole breakdown of music and stuff like that. But yeah, I use Honeybook and Vibo. That does all my music and bookings. I don't know if that was the question you were asking. Solstice, yes sir. It'll pop. Yeah, I think it will pop right there. Get a sign back there. I don't know. Maybe get something that says the book club or something like that. I want to come out with some merch and stuff this year. Just a small merch thing. I mean, if it goes crazy and stuff, you know, I'll probably get more manufactured. But just get some book club t-shirts or something like that. If I wear that at a wedding, man, people probably be like, why is he wearing a book club t-shirt? Like, what? All right, I got time for one or two more questions before we get out of here. Good stuff. This hour goes by so quickly. This reminds me of when I was streaming music and stuff on YouTube when we first got locked down, man. It was crazy. Like an hour just pew pew just flies by. All right, DJ Jesse, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you coming through. You're kind of late, Jesse. I try to put these things up so you guys can see it. I mean, do you guys have notifications on YouTube? Is that how you know that I'm live? I mean, I try to put it up as many places as I can and let you guys know that we're going to try to do this every week on Thursday if we can. Just as a recap and stuff. I mean, you guys already follow me on most stuff, but this just is mainly like a recap, question, Q&A. So, you know, that's what we're doing and stuff here. What we got here, ask the DJ is you send a link and people can send you what sound to play, what music to play. Oh no, I don't do anything like that. You know what's been crazy? Here's a goal that I have. This is a goal that I have for myself, and you guys can take this. This will probably be to close this thing out. The goal for me, and I know it's almost impossible, but the goal for me is to get only 1 to 2 requests per night. 1 to 2 requests per night. If you can only have 1 to 2 requests, that means, to me, that means that you probably have done your job exceptionally. Now, if they're not dancing and stuff and you're not getting any requests, that's different. But I'm talking about, like, if people are dancing and you're only getting 1 to 2 requests a night, I think that you have done your job better than most. Because it's not that I don't like to take requests. It's just that you shouldn't really have to request. I don't know. That's my thought process. DJ Jesse just got off of work. Oh, bro. All right. So, Jesse, every week, Thursdays, 7 o'clock. I mean, you can just pop me in your ear. I don't know what kind of job and stuff you do. You can pop me in your ear, but we're just kind of going over stuff, and I'm just having just a Q&A just to kind of touch bases with you guys. I mean, so you guys can come in and we can chit chat a little bit, go over a few things. I just basically went over that this weekend. I have a prom tomorrow, and then I have a wedding on Saturday, and so it's going to be crazy. Season and stuff is here, so we just went over some topics and stuff about that. All right, I may have time for one more question. Let's see if we can get one more question. One more question. If there's not anything, I'll go ahead and cut it. But one more question. I'll take one more question in the chat. Whoever gives me the next one. Oh. Do you guys like these things? I mean, would you rather me just keep putting out other content, or do you guys like the live streams? Would you rather me not do them? Is it boring? What could I add? Let me know. All right. Well, I think nobody else has a question. That may be it. All right, so I'll just give you a couple things here. So just make sure that if you would like to follow me, you can follow me and all the craziness that I'm going to do this weekend. I'm going to do all of that on Instagram. Instagram is the best platform and stuff for that. Oh, of course, Bar gives me my last question. How's your 2022 bookings looking as far as bookings? I looked at it today. Right now, I have 37 bookings so far this year, but I also have four still kind of waiting in the wind. Like we've gotten all the way to the point where it's like pick your package so we can move on. So if they go through, I'll have 41 scheduled for the year. And it looks, I mean, with stuff that's probably going to trickle in, I imagine I'll do probably about the same I did last year, maybe about 50. I'm getting people doing some stuff for 2023 already, too. I've got 3 couples for 2023 that I've already booked. We're solid. We're ready to go. So people are not hesitating. I don't know how many you got, Bar, but I mean, it's pretty. I know it's pretty nuts and stuff up there. I imagine that right now, if I just had to take a guess what your books look like right now, I'd say you're scheduled for at least 70 or higher right now at this point. And I'm probably lowballing you. You probably got way more than that because of your area, which is nuts. DJ Jesse, do you use Tidal? If so, how do you like it? Jesse, I do not use Tidal. I don't use any online streaming services during my gigs. Does that make any sense? Yes, it does. Okay, yeah, I don't use those. I know I'm supposed to use them. I know people like to use them. I know that people recommend them. I just haven't used it. I take that back. I did try out Beat Source and did it, but I trusted the Wi-Fi and stuff there. I trusted my computer, the Wi-Fi, blah, blah, blah. I just haven't dug in it enough to be able to be comfortable streaming while at the gig. I've got so much music. It's almost like, why would I go dig for some more? I don't know. That's just how I think. I'm crazy. Who knows? I'm crazy. Good question though. You like the DJ Tyler, you like the DJ chat. Okay. Yeah, maybe we should bring back quarantine DJs. I don't know if you guys remember that. We did quarantine DJs back in 2020, and that was cool just to kind of chop it up with the guys and just kind of pass on knowledge and stuff to you guys. You guys were asking questions. We were just kind of chopping it up. That was always cool. I wouldn't mind doing that again. Maybe we had to do like some type of reunion or something like that. Just one night only reunion, and you got to pay like a cover to get in there or something. I don't know. That would be crazy. Jesse, what do you do for music requests you don't have? I don't stream either. Just curious. I know this is gonna sound a little, but I mean, I don't have it. I don't have that song. They just, oh, okay, cool. They kind of walk away. I mean, there's not a whole lot of music. I mean, again, these guys are if they do request something, it's like something like totally left field. It's so left field there was no way I was going to have that anyway. If somebody comes up and asks me, do you have Down on the River by something? I'm like, no, I would never download that song. So, I mean, I just kind of tell them, sorry, I don't have it. And I just kind of move on. Or have a DJ bring on DJ. Yeah, maybe I'll get a guest and stuff on here and stuff one time and stuff too. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate you guys coming through. Thank you so much. We're going to try to reconvene next week at 7 p.m. You guys, please bring your questions, set your reminders, and we'll do this all again next week. Thank you guys so much for all that you do, and good luck on your gigs this week. We'll holla.